You know, the Prophet of Allah was the most loved young man in Mecca. He was the pin-up boy. He was the boy that all the girls loved. Everyone in the community loved. As-Sadiq al-Amin, the most honorable and trustworthy young man. Then he embraces a religion. Then he is told that he's the Prophet of Allah. Nothing changed. He was still the same guy. He went from As-Sadiq al-Amin to the most loved, and he became the most hated. He was mocked. He was belittled. The Prophet of Allah was spat. They spat in his face, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as he was praying, as he was in salah. You know, sometimes even on the streets there's a code. Even amongst gangsters, there's a code of do's and don't do's. You know, you never hit a man that's not ready for it. It's called a dog hit. You know, it's called a dog punch. The guy wasn't looking. The man, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was praying in sajda. They used to come and throw the guts of animals, the guts of dead animals. They used to pour it on his back, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as he was in salah. They harmed him. They swore at him. They threw rocks at him. They threw dust in his face. They spat in his face. They mocked him. They belittled him. They harmed his family, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. 13 years in Mecca. 13 years prosecution for what? Wallahi, I ask, what crime did he do? Because he caught the Tawheed in Mecca. People used to make tawaf around the Kaaba naked. Anything and everything went in Mecca. 365 idols. So what's the big deal? A man comes who claims there's only one God. What's the big deal? No, they went, wallahi, they exhausted every avenue to make his life miserable, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They killed his companions. For 3 years they boycotted him in Mecca. 3 years they boycotted him and all of his family, even the ones that were non-Muslims. They boycotted them for 3 years. Sahaba said we were eating the leaves of the trees. Our droppings became like the droppings of animals. So much harm was inflicted amongst them, upon them. In the battle of Uhud, they killed his uncle Hamza radiallahu. Not killed, they didn't kill. They absolutely mutilated the man, sallallahu, right? They muted him, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Muted his uncle. I mean, imagine Hind ripped his liver out. She took a bite from his liver. She chewed it and then spat it on the floor. Sahaba said, we never seen the Prophet of Allah cry like he cried when he seen his uncle Hamza. We never seen him cry like that. In narrations, he prayed janazah on his uncle 70 times. All this. And when he returned to Mecca after years of prosecution, when he returns to Mecca with an army of 10,000 companions, the likes of which Arabia never seen before, and he entered into Mecca victorious. How did he walk into Mecca? In narrations, he was on his animal, he lowered his forehead so much, his forehead was touching the back of his animal. He was praising Allah, saying, today victory belongs to Allah alone. When he stood in the haram, and those thousands of people who harmed him, kuffar, not Muslims, kuffar, now they are surrounded by 10,000 companions armed to the bone, ready at the drop of a word. They were ready to give their lives for him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They stood there surrounded by 10,000 companions, now knowing we harmed this man for 20 odd years. We killed his children, we killed his companions, we mocked him, we belittled him, we wiped the floor with him. Yeah? All this towards him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now he returns victorious. He says to them, and what do you think I will do with you today? Many of us would love to get our hands on those that hurt us, man. He says, go. اذهبوا فأنتم الطلقاء. Go, every one of you is free. I forgive every single one of you, man. Kuffar. And he forgave him. Your own Muslim brother and sister, you can't forgive. Really? You can't forgive him? Why? Do you feel like you're something in your heart, yani? Pride belongs to Allah. Have mercy amongst one another, my brothers and sisters. Forgive one another. Wallahi, I don't care what the crime. I don't want a single person to stand up in the question and answer and throw me a scenario, because wallahi, I'm going to throw it straight back in your face. Forgive and let it go, man. Forgive and let it go. Bury it.